I'm tired. Let's begin. I hate sleep. Let's put it out there. Let's just say it. Let's just say it how it is. I know, it's deeply, highly unrelatable. It's not a good thing, I guess, in my career as an online content creator. Aren't we supposed to strive to be relatable or something? She says, sitting here with flowers on her head for no discernible reason other than I felt like they went together. I think they do. They do go. I think this is a good outfit and no one can stop me. I should also say I'm quite cold. So the blanket's coming. I think just being tired makes me extra cold. But I'm just really tired because I hate sleep. I hate my bed. So I have chronic fatigue, and what are those things that you hear when you have chronic fatigue? Maybe you should sleep more. Oh, does that just mean you didn't sleep well? I could probably sleep for 30 hours and still wake up exhausted. Or I could sleep for 3, because weirdly, as a small child, I've had insomnia, by the way, my whole life. So insomnia is difficulty getting to sleep or staying asleep for long enough to feel refreshed the next morning. Haven't had chronic fatigue my whole life. Had insomnia my whole life. I used to be the last person in my house to fall asleep, even when I was 4 years old. I first slept for a full night when I was 3, which I imagine was such fun for my parents before that age. But don't worry, they assured me it was fine. They just left me and went to bed, as you do. I think I probably just sat in my room with my books. It's what I continued to do forever. Throughout my primary school career, I would slept for 4 hours a night, every night. And then I'd just get up and go to school. And that was just what I did. What? Think of what I could have achieved with 8 hours sleep a night. Only person to get an F at games in my school. That's PE. I don't know what they call it in your school. Instead, I would just have to lie awake in bed every single night, dreading the entire night, waiting for it to end. As the hours rolled on. And my parents were like, don't roam the house, Jessica. Stay in your room. Really quickly ran out of things to do in my room. And I did genuinely want to go to sleep because I knew that sleep health was important. Sleep health. I knew that sleeping was good for me. So I'd lie in my bed and I'd try really hard to go to sleep. Like, come on, please let it happen. Also, on the times that I did actually fall asleep early, like I'd be put to bed at, I don't know, 8. If I fell asleep before midnight, because my mum told me that hours before midnight were worth 2 after midnight. If I fell asleep before midnight, I'd be like, oh my God, what did I do? What happened? How do I replicate this magic? So I would then have to somehow replicate it the next day. So I'd lie in the exact same position. Like one time it was lying across my bed. I'd just fallen asleep across my bed. So for the next 5 weeks, I would only lie across the bed in the hope that would make me fall asleep. Actual, very accurate reenactment happening here. Yes, I did used to go to sleep with my fingers crossed, hoping the night would end. Sadly, insomnia still infects me now, 34 years later. My insomnia is the type where I can't get to sleep, but I can then stay asleep. I'm like a dead log. There's nothing you can do to wake me, really. We slept with Rupert in our room for his first 7, 8 months. He, you know, small baby, would wake up and do whatever, cry. Obviously deafness plays a large part in my not waking up. But Claudia would like climb over me sometimes to get out of bed, to get to him. Nothing. I'm down. I'm out. Once I'm asleep, gone. But the getting to sleep though. And there's nothing worse than having a little baby and being like, I really should be asleep because this child is going to wake up and I should take every opportunity to sleep while this child is asleep. But I can't. I am exhausted. But just enjoying lying in bed is an utterly unrelatable feeling to me. I never really understood in movies and TV shows where characters are like spending all their time in bed. Or they're like, I love sleeping. It's the best. It's amazing. Unrelatable. Can't do it. Cannot appreciate. Don't get it. But then I also do have the thing where I wake up at exactly the same time every single day, no matter what time I went to sleep. 7:30 it is. Actually, sometimes if it's bad, I wake up at 6:30. Recently I've been waking up at 6:30. And then we have some friends who are like, oh, we can't do brunch on Saturdays. That's when we have a lie-in. But we could do lunch because we only wake up at 1. 1 p.m. Your body does what now? Were you blessed by the gods? Did I do something terrible in another life? Am I being punished? But there are actually different types of insomnia. It's not just my type where you can't go to sleep. Insomnia is actually a pretty common problem, and it's thought to regularly affect around 1 in every 3 people in the UK. And it's pretty common in elderly people, which makes a lot of sense because I think my grandparents all had insomnia. Like, the common things with insomnia are basically finding it difficult to fall asleep, or lying awake for long periods at night, waking up lots of times, or waking up really early in the morning, and just not being able to get back to sleep, which is very much me. Once I am awake, I am awake. And then you just don't feel refreshed. You get up and you're like, ah, it's the day, is it? Goodness, I feel much like I did at 11 p.m. last night. So worth it. Although I suppose it is worth it because really it's like you press pause on yourself, right? And that's good. You can't nap. I can't nap. My mother is really into naps. It's like the thing that she loves the most in the world. If you, probably within half an hour of meeting my mother, she will ask you if you need to go for a nap. It doesn't matter how old you are, she will ask you if you need a nap. Well, she'll tell you that you need to go for a nap. I don't nap. I cannot nap. Just lie down and play The Sims, which is quite good, relaxing time for me. I do think when they say 1 in 3 people have insomnia, that it's mainly people having the occasional episodes of insomnia, which it's okay, don't worry, they do come and go without problems. But for some people it can last months and years at a time. Persistent insomnia, like mine, can have a significant impact and kind of limits what you can do during the day. Mine is just really bad at the moment. It gets bad in peaks and troughs. And the triggers for it, as for everyone's triggers for everything, are unique to you, as we are all special and unique. But generally are things like a change in anything, a time zone change, relationships, work stress, school stress, friends, family, life. Anything that could be upsetting is going to upset your sleep. So anything that then brings that up later on is also going to upset your sleep. If you experience insomnia once, things that remind you of that time often can re-trigger your insomnia. I think last weekend, over a course of 3 nights, I managed to sleep an accumulated 6 hours. That was great. Really, really great. And that's deep sleep though, that's okay, it's deep sleep. I did sleep other hours, but those were in that weird halfway sleep where you're like aware that you are trying to sleep. Semi-conscious sleep. I have a lot of those hours. They suck. They're the worst. That's when your sleep paralysis demon comes out and you're like, oh, hey, don't eat me. On average, a normal amount of sleep for an adult is supposed to be around 7 to 9 hours a night, which is... Children and babies may sleep longer than this, and older adults apparently sleep less. What's important though, I guess, is whether you feel you get enough sleep and whether that sleep is actually good quality, because you could be in that weird half sleep for 10 hours. You're probably not going to feel great about it though. One of the worst things about insomnia is that you start to associate your bed with difficulty getting to sleep. So then often I'll be like, oh, I'm snugly on the sofa. Starting to get sleepy. And then we go upstairs, ready to get into bed, lie my head down on my pillow, and I'm like, my pillow? I'm in bed, in my bedroom. And then I cannot sleep. I do have this bed. Sometimes I do think I'll just leave my wife and come to this bed. Like, goodbye, wife. Although she has brought Tilly back into our bed. Tilly's our dog, don't panic. For those who are unaware of who Tilly is. Tilly's our dog. I don't love having dogs on the bed, it doesn't help me getting to sleep. Claudia's like, oh, but look, she has such a cute little face. She really wants to be here. We just don't give her so much attention since Rupert was born. Oh, okay, get her to your side. And she starts off on Claudia's side. And then Tilly's like, but only one side of me is warm. And I don't want one warm side and one cold side. I'll get in between my mummies. And then she has two warm sides, except one of those warm sides is a very awake person who's like, ugh, this dog kicks when she's asleep. Do I have some kind of sleep anxiety? I mean, who is to say? Who is to say? Does my mind race while I lie in bed? Do I have 20,000 thoughts? Yes, but I also do in the daytime, so who is to say? I would just like to say though that I have taken, at some point in my life, followed every single freaking recommendation that is out there. Every single one. Sleep health recommendation. It is possible for me to follow in the country in which I live, which is England. I have done. Okay, when it's, you know, make your bedroom a place that you only sleep in. I've done it. When it's fill your room with lavender smells. Done it. Hate lavender now. When it's, you know, keep all of your lights low. Done it. I can't see. I literally can't see. I only have one eye, so I actually have no depth perception, and low light does not help. I just fall over all the time. You'll struggle to get a good night's sleep. You go to bed at inconsistent times. Always go to bed at the same time. Yes, I've done it. It sucks. You just lie there. Nap during the day. Yeah, tried that. Don't nap during the day. Tried that. Nope. No. Don't look at any type of screen of any kind for 3 hours before you want to go to bed. Okay. I did try that. Don't let your bedroom be noisy or too quiet or anything. Yeah. I've done it. And also, I've tried them for more than just one night, okay? I tried them for months. For me, I found when it gets really bad, the thing that helps is just playing The Sims, which definitely isn't recommended. Lying in bed, playing The Sims, let Claudia go to sleep next to me until I'm so tired that I can't keep my eyes open, and then I just shut it and go to bed. And after about a week of doing that, generally I'm back on track. Do I have something? Do I have a cure? Is that a cure? Did The Sims cure my insomnia? Maybe. Maybe it did. You know what, I have to say though, having a laptop that I can play The Sims on absolutely beats what I used to do as a teenager, which was get up in the middle of the night because I was so sick of lying in my bed for 3 hours and go all the way downstairs, turn on the family computer, which took like a good 20 minutes to boot up, and I had to remember to hold my hands over both of the stupid speakers because of course it booted up with like the loudest noise known to man, and then got to log in, got to boot up The Sims, that took like another 20 minutes, and then you've got to like log in, get to your family, open them up. Jeez, by the time you start playing, you know, you've been downstairs for a full hour, and then you get to start going and if you do anything to make the slightest bit of noise, my mother, who has the hearing like a bat, will come down, playing The Sims, back to bed, and I'd be like, no, the thing that lets me sleep. But I wouldn't, obviously, you know, make a weird banshee noise. I'd just be like, okay, then go back to bed, and then be like, yeah. Fun fact though, if you've randomly got insomnia and you've never had it before and you're like, what on earth could be going on? Why have I got insomnia now? Did you recently start taking any new medication? Do check out the instructions that came with your medication, because a lot of medications do actually have insomnia listed as a side effect, so check that one out. And do talk to a doctor if it's going on for too long and it has randomly started, because it can also be a symptom of other things such as heart conditions and also lung conditions like COPD and asthma. You can be waking up in the middle of the night and not realising it because you are struggling to breathe. You can have an overactive thyroid. You can have joint and muscle problems, arthritis, that's the reason. And also childbirth can sometimes lead to insomnia, and things like depression and ADHD. Although If you've got ADHD, you've probably had insomnia for your whole life too. And these can also include antidepressants, epilepsy medications, medicines for high blood pressure, beta blockers. What else is going to give you insomnia suddenly? Shocks. You've had a shock recently. Even if it was like a little jolt in the car, sometimes that can make your body be like, I don't know if it's safe to sleep. In which case, therapy might be the answer. What else helps insomnia? You tell me. I did once take some melatonin. That was not in this country, don't worry. And it was really good. That was nice. That was a good sleep. Probably the best advice though is to get out of bed. I always think that's the best. Like, if you've been lying there and it's got to about 30 minutes and nothing has happened, you are not going to sleep. Get out of bed for 20 minutes and just do something else. Nothing that's gonna really wake you up, but just like read a little bit or listen to some soft music. I was actually just thinking about the breathing I do with my son to get him to go to sleep, but it was working on me, so that. Yes, I'm teaching my 21-month-old to meditate and then get back in bed because don't just lie there for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. How many videos have you now watched about insomnia while you've been lying here? Please someone else tell me in the comments you have also struggled with insomnia your entire life and I'm not alone in this, because it's a lot. Oh my god, I also can't with those people who are like, don't have any caffeine before you go to bed. Stop having caffeine before midday. What ridiculous. It genuinely makes no difference. Oh, I mean, to me anyway, all bodies are different. Obviously, all bodies are different. Oh, I just hate being over the age of 30, having dealt with this for 30 years, and people feel like they've just come to you. They're bringing you something new. And you're like, oh, thanks, sir. Wow. Never thought of that one. Shocking. One thing I will give you though is daily exercise, because yeah, that does actually help. The annoying thing is though, I already have a not particularly strong body due to my disability, and once I get into a bad sleep spiral, I do not have the energy to exercise and work and care for my child. So that has to wait for the weekend. Except I probably didn't manage to finish all my work during the week because I was so tired. So now I have to answer emails and edit videos and take photos and write speeches at the weekend alongside other stuff, and I got time. You just need extra time to get back on your feet, and then the NHS website says to mention it to your doctor, and I have mentioned it to I think every doctor I've ever seen, and at the start they were like, you'll grow out of it, and then I was a teenager and it was, oh, you're a teenager, and then it was, you should have grown out of that, and now they just go, oh, that's not very good. Thank you. Goodness, you don't say. Thank you so much for watching this ramble about my sleep and for bearing with me whilst I try to get myself back on track. I post more when not sleep deprived. Can't even really blame my baby. Not a baby, he's a toddler. He talks and walks and runs. It's not his fault. Thank you so much to everyone who has bought something from my merch sale. For those of you who don't know, I'm closing down my merch shop. I wanted to say shop, but then I was like, the majority of you are American, so I'm gonna go with store. And then I went for a weird middle ground. Place where things are sold. I'm closing down the place where my merch is sold. So as of today, the release of this video, everything left in the shop is now going to be, ta-da! 30% off. As of today, we have left Walter patches, Tilly patches, Spoons patches, and some lovely greetings cards. And when it's gone, it's gone. Bye bye. Thank you. I'll see you in my next video. It will be better than this one.